Since the very inception of this movie and the forthcoming release of all of the marketing, including the posters, the trailers, the caster news, the photorealistic decision over animated, I have always said this movie is nailing the very sort of foundation of Minecraft. To be creative, unique, weird, wacky, but unapologetically yourself in a world of blocks. And well, this movie does that in strides. There is not a film, in recent memory at least, I can think of that is so just unapologetically weird, stupid, outgoing, creative, and, well, itself in a world of blocks. A Minecraft movie, after a decade of stops and starts, has finally arrived, and some people are hating it because it is so weird and outgoing, but me and a lot of other people are all there for it and absolutely loving this movie's own unique identity in a world of just craziness.
Flint and Steel.
Hey everyone, my name's Tom, a lover of all things movies, and as I mentioned in the intro, I have been very excited for a Minecraft movie since the teaser trailer. When everyone else was against it, I was not. The second trailer, when everyone else was against it, but some people were starting to warm to it, I was all for it. And the final trailer, when a few more people started to come on board for the movie, I was all for it still. And having now seen the movie and even being able to attend the premiere in some way where I got to meet all of the cast, talk to Jeb, who is literally like the essential creator of modern Minecraft since Notch left, meet DanTDM and amongst a bunch of other YouTubers that crafted my childhood, I was so happy with this movie and I had a lot of fun. And I do want to really quickly show you my Steve figure, my Jack Black signed Jack Black figure. It is so cool, and yeah, it's awesome. Now, although the base game of Minecraft follows no set story, a Minecraft movie does actually pull ideas and inspiration from other gaming media such as Minecraft Legends, Dungeons, and the 2-season spanning Telltale game Minecraft Story Mode to craft its stage, its own story. And the story in question follows Steve, a young child soon-to-be man who was always drew to but rejected from exploring the mines, until he comes across a radiating blue cube known as the Orb of Dominance. This transports him to the overworld, a vast, pixelated and endless land of opportunity and exploration. Here, he learns to unleash his imagination, mine, and craft, eventually carving a life out for himself before stumbling across a land very different from it, which we all know as
The Nether.
The overworld's rendition of hell, stripped of creativity and engulfed in flames, where the ghasts, piglins reside and their ruler, Malgoshe, voiced by Rachel House, who admittedly is this movie's most cartoonish aspect. From the writing to the dialogue to how many times she even goes ha ha ha, like your classical mustache-esque twirling villain, this is easily, I don't want to say the worst part of the movie, but certainly its weakest and its most cartoonish out of a lot of admittedly cartoonish aspects of the film. Certainly not terrible, and it does technically fit into the family-esque central focus of the film, but if there was anything that I could point out about this movie that I wish was different or I wish was done a little bit with more seriousness to it and gravitas, I suppose, it would be the main villain, whose motivation is essentially rejection from a talent show. Fitting for the movie, but also just could have been something different and better. Her plan is to take the overworld and conquer it, turning it into a place of total darkness, which forces Steve to work with his newfound friends to create a plan as they fight for survival and to save the uncharted lands of their world. Now, of course, we've got to talk about probably my favourite, or one of my favourite aspects of the movie. It's Mr. Jack Black as Steve. He's not going to take home any Academy Awards for this role unless the trophy in question is literally labelled the Jack Black Award, but what he is a stupid abundance of fun. And I think it's kind of hard to make a character like Steve into reality, into a movie, because in the game, he literally has no personality. There's nothing to him apart from a few grunts every now and then. The Jack Black looks like Steve. He's wearing the blue trousers, he's got the brown hair, he's got the beard kind of thing. He looks like Steve, he's recognizable, but beyond the physical appearance of Steve, there is no character to him. So the movie and its creators, we're free to literally just let Jack Black be Jack Black in it. And you know what? It damn works, and it was a good decision for that because it makes the movie just a lot of fun. And his original song, wrote by I'm Just Ken's Mark Ronson, titled fittingly I Feel Alive, is great and just the icing on top of this whole movie and whole character of a Jack Black Steve. And what makes Jack Black Steve even more fun to watch go the full show is his impressive behind the scenes playing stats of the game, which apparently reached over 100 hours of login time, as he too, just like the millions of us around the world, got gripped by the game. Now, additional to Jack Black is Jason Momoa, who is also playing kind of just Jason Momoa, but again, it fits. It fits with the character they wrote, which was definitely just for probably Jason Momoa. But anyway, he's a lot of fun to watch, and Jack Black and Jason Momoa are like the duo I never thought I needed, but after watching the movie and seeing the pair do some of the most craziest things together, it kind of just makes sense. Momoa plays Garrett, a washed-up gaming world champion who takes life just a little too seriously, but as the movie progresses, he begins to unwind. A lot thanks to the help and on-screen dynamic with Sebastian Hansen's Henry, who to me is a big standout of this film and someone who I can see becoming like the next Walker Scobell, not in terms of Walker Scobell's personality and quite quippy humour, but in terms of how his career sort of took off and the trajectory that's currently on after he had his first big hit. Now, Sebastian is a part of my two favourite sequences of this entire film, one of which sees zombies break in and attack a tower on the team's first night of survival, which is very reminiscent of a lot of players' first time playing the game and their first night in terms of the terror and sort of the unnervousness of, crap, what the hell do we do here? And the second involves an Enderman, which we get a little glimpse at in the trailers, but the way they visualised what staring into the eyes of an Enderman does to you in this sort of photorealistic, movie-adapted environment was great. And we do also get a very, very small but on-the-nose tease to one of the long myths of Minecraft, which, if you know, is essentially the anti-Steve, where they're, you know, you can tell by the eyes, and that's all I'll say on that part. It was just really cool. Sebastian stole it. The visual effects to both of the sequences looked great, and overall, it just was, it was just so good. It was both of them, my favourite sequences of the entire film. Now, rounding off the cast are Danielle Brooks as Dawn and Emma Myers as Natalie, who is Henry's sister in the film. And they both share a very loving friendship with one another as they delve into this land and learn to survive the overworld and its routine for spawning mobs when the sun sets. Granted, I would have liked to have seen more from this pair than what we got, a little bit more character development as well, but nonetheless, what we did get was serviceable and fun enough, and if a potential sequel looms, like teased in the movie's one and only post-credit scene, I would be very happy to see them, along with everybody else, come back for a sequel. And speaking a little bit more on what I mentioned during the Enderman sequence talk, I really just loved how this movie took the visual aesthetic of Minecraft that we already know from the games and expanded on it for this visual movie adaptation. There was some real kick out of just seeing a redstone not only be turned on, but charge up to the subject, to the lamp, to whatever it was. Of course, in the game, when you turn like a redstone lever on, the redstone just lights up. But in the movie, seeing it bounce from one piece to the other to the charge was really cool. And as for the designs of everything, absolutely great. The villagers looked tremendous. The creepers, the mobs, the zombies, skeletons, ghasts, everything just looked ripped from the game with a slight texture pack update. And honestly, it was awesome and it really worked for me. They were instantly recognizable. They all did the job. They all acted how they should have been acting. And again, just from a visual standpoint, personally, loved the direction they went in, and I loved how they expanded on the visualization of the game in this movie adaptation. Just great. As for the visual effects themselves outside of the creature designs and all that stuff, honestly, again, I was really happy with it. There are very few moments or sequences where I'm like, they don't look blended into this environment, or Steve does not look a part of this world. For the most part, though, I was happy with it. But that doesn't mean this movie is built and crafted to utter perfection, because it's not. And there are definitely hurdles that some will not be able to ignore, but others may be able to jump high enough to. Because though the significant majority of the runtime is spent in the overworld, getting to Minecraft just takes ever so slightly longer than I'd like, and I think it could have been improved if we had a swift 5, maybe even 10 minutes chopped off of that initial beginning to the story. As well as this, it is overly silly. As I mentioned, it's ridiculously weird, very stupid, and I understand that is a big signature play by director Jared Hess, who's brought us things like Napoleon Dynamite, but I do fear he's just not going to be the type of creative or storyteller because of his signature humour and sort of awkward style, who's going to really be accustomed or suited for everybody. And hey, that's okay. Now, we've all seen the Jennifer Coolidge side plot where she is dating a villager. And I will say, it got some big laughs, and it's not really a very prominent part of the film. It is more so just like a few minutes seasoned throughout it. And it is just as strange and funny and probably stupid as the rest of it. But that being said, she basically isn't a part of the actual core characters or the core story or plot, so the question did arise to me whether it needed to be included at all. But again, I still was a fan of it, I just don't know if we needed to see it. And lastly, the story probably did need slightly more time in the oven with a little bit more coal to fully cook it and truly excel and win over those who'll leap at the chance to call it the usual, unimaginative and criminally overused generic. But overall, it's a movie made for the fans, by the fans, with more than enough fun and intrigue involved to win over even more new fans. And so ultimately, I had a lot of fun with this movie. Of course, I am a die-hardcore Minecraft fan. It is a game I have grew up with for 10 plus years, so I understand if not everybody, like from the general audience, are going to love this movie or enjoy it as much as I did. They're not going to catch as many of the Easter eggs or YouTubers or things hidden in the background or in the dialogue as much as I did, but I do still think there is more than enough here for them to just go in and have a good time, because that's what this movie is. It is very family-centric in terms of the tone, the humour and the silliness, but in a way, that's part of its charm, and it's part of what it needed to be. We needed a very silly Minecraft movie. We didn't need a grim, dark and dull video game adaptation, because Minecraft isn't that. It is fun. It is overly weird. It is overly wacky. It's a game where you literally load into a world full of blocks with things that blow up if they get close to you, or zombies that turn other people into zombie villagers, or things that you shove a pumpkin on and it becomes an iron golem, or all of this really random, weird and frankly silly stuff. And the movie got it. It did it all. Everything was recognisable, everything acted, with a few exceptions here and there to amplify the stakes and a bit of the fun of it, how they should have acted. The humour was fun, the characters were fun. Again, is it going to win any awards? Probably not, but it should win all of the fun awards, because that's what it is. It is a very fun time that without shame radiates everything Minecraft about it, and above all, it is just a damn fun family movie. So if you've seen the Minecraft movie, what did you think of it? Were you a fan, or was it just a little bit too much for your liking? If they go forward with a sequel, what would you like to see for that? What was your favourite sequence of the film? All that jazz. Let me know down below. It would be great to hear. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you in my next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.